Gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. Today, FUT birthday predictions. I have no idea when this is going to drop, so quick disclaimer. It'll either be today, tomorrow, or Friday. My money is on Friday, which means it's going to be a slow week as far as content is concerned. But they like to give us 24-hour notice, so if we don't find out today that it's coming tomorrow, it will most likely be on Friday. As far as the players that I've chosen are concerned, they're either players who have been rather overpowered throughout the last 10 years, players that, I mean, to be fair, some of them are potential flashback players as well. I've got a couple of defenders that you'll see very soon that could easily be given flashback cards, but I've gone with some of those as well. So it's a mixture of players that have been overpowered, players that don't have a lot of special cards, players that I enjoy in game and would like to see a boost of. There's just no concrete evidence to suggest that any of these players will make it, but it's a selection of players that I feel like would be a good, nice choice of players, if that makes sense. They're all position changes as per last year's promo. Apart from the goalkeepers, of course, because that would be stupid. But without any further ado, let's get into the goalkeepers. So Joe Hart up first, a player who's been on the cover. I think it was FIFA 13 he was on the cover. He's had, I think his highest rated card throughout FIFA has actually been an 85, correct me if I'm wrong. That was through Man of the Matches or what have you. So I have not gone higher than that, and I'm fully aware that most promos, if not all of them so far this year, the lowest rated players have been 86, but I have gone as low as 85. So just take that into consideration. But he hasn't had any special cards this year. Currently a 78 rated card. You never know. Another player that I've gone with is Steve Mandanda. Now, of course, I have chosen 3 goalkeepers. I'm not saying all 3 of them will make it. But then again, if they decide to do weekly objectives and SBCs, you never know. Steve Mandanda was an 89 rated keeper back in FIFA 10. So this would be nice to see. I'm not sure how many people would use it, but it would still be a pretty decent card, I'm sure. The final goalkeeper is one that's fallen out of favour amongst a lot of people this year, and that's Manuel Neuer. A lot of people have been saying that he's lost it, he's not as good as he used to be, and of course he doesn't even get mentioned in the best goalkeeper in the world anymore, but he's only 32. You know, goalkeepers tend to go on a little bit longer than outfield players, but it would be nice to get an upgraded Manuel Neuer, as it doesn't look like he's going to get himself a special card this year. First outfield player of the day, and that is going to be Bacary Sagna, normally a right back, now a left back maybe. This could potentially be a flashback card as well though, so I don't really know what to say about it, but I would like to for the FUT birthday promo to be a bit of a nostalgia trip as well. They did it last year, I think, with players like, was it Taiwo or was that the year before, where they went back and chose, you know, old sort of overpowered players throughout FIFA. Bacary Sagna once was an 86 rated right back for Arsenal, so it would be really cool if we could get sort of a buffed left-back version. Daley Blind up next, and our final left-back to speak of. He, of course, is now playing centre-back for Ajax. He's been centre-back for the last sort of 2 or 3 seasons. Although, having said that, he had an 84-rated left-back for Manchester United back in FIFA 17. Most recently an 84-rated inform for Ajax. But it would be nice to get this card heavily boosted and back in that left-back position. Interestingly enough, CLICHY has never had a card higher than 84, and that was back all the way down in FIFA 12 when he was indeed a left-back. Of course, he's been left-back all of his career, so it would be cool to see a right-back version. But again, another one of those that could potentially be a flashback, so I'm not quite sure what to say there, but I wouldn't say no to trying this card out. Now, this card isn't strictly a position change, so, I mean, take this with a pinch of salt, but I would like to see a special Mbabu card. He had one last year, was it the year before, and we haven't really seen an awful lot from this league. You know, I would like to see EA branch out into different leagues, not give us the same players from the same leagues week in, week out for different promos. So, any version of this, any position, would be nice. Onto the centre-backs we go, and kicking things off with LUIZ Gustavo. This guy's been in FIFA since FIFA 10. I say that, only records go back to FIFA 10, so it could have been earlier than that. He probably was in 09, I can't remember myself, but played for Hoffenheim at the time, 72 rated. His highest rated card was actually last year when he got a 93 rated Team of the Season card. So, I mean, this could actually be higher, but that would be a really nice card. 87 rated centre-back LUIZ Gustavo. Kyle Walker up next, and a player who has also featured since FIFA 10, possibly even before that. He's only ever had one centre-back card, and that was FIFA 18, an 86 rated centre-back, and then every other time has been a right-back or a right-wing-back. His highest rated card ever is a 92 rated Team of the Season, that was last year. He's not done that well this year in terms of special items, but could be cool to see a position change. Lucas Leiva up next. No evidence to suggest that this is going to happen, of course. This is more wishful thinking. This could be one of the better centre-backs in the game because he's able to dribble, pass, his shooting isn't terrible, he's not the slowest of players, and already can defend. So this could be really good. His height might let him down a little bit at 5'10", but that looks like a pretty decent card. He's actually having the best FIFA he's ever had with his highest rated card this year, 83 base and an 85 rated inform. That is by far the best he's ever done, but this would be a really nice position change. Our final centre-back is somewhat of a controversial one because Hernandez is technically a centre-back, although his highest rated inform right now is a left-back. So, you know, we don't play by the rules here at TVM Industries, and I'm going to go with it. Why not? I don't think EA would really care too much if they upset like 3 people by this. But his highest rated card in FIFA history has been an 87 rated Team of the Group Stage card in FIFA 17. I remember packing that untradeable and used it pretty much for the entire game. No, that would be kind of cool. Not the easiest player to fit into a team, mind you, because of the league, but would be a pretty decent centre-back. To kick off the midfield, I've gone with Dani Alves. This is, I don't know, a bit of a controversial one again, I suppose, because he has a 90 rated right-back card. But I've got a sneaking suspicion we may see this. He has been so close to getting himself a central midfield player card for quite a while. He plays there now and again for PSG, and he will constantly do well in that position. And there's been a few times where he could have got himself an inform. He's had so many Team of the Year cards, Team of the Seasons and all the rest of it over the years. This wouldn't be a scratch on it. But I remember back in FIFA 17 he had an 87 right mid, and that was fantastic to use, a lot of fun. So I would really like to see this. Ezekiel Garay up next, not a stranger to a special item. He is this year, though he hasn't got one yet, apart from that Champions League upgrade. But this could be decent, actually. Last year he got himself a 90 rated, was it like a hero card or something that they did right at the end of the game to try and revive a bit of life into it. But I wouldn't mind seeing this, would be alright to use for a little bit. Benjamin Pavard up next, a player who had a sensational World Cup and has done pretty much nothing ever since. Bit of a shame, but he's been in FIFA 16, 17, 18, had a lot of special cards last year actually, got a lot of upgrades, and an 89 rated World Cup card by the end of the campaign. This year has done nothing, but is a centre-back, so wouldn't mind seeing him either as a right-back or a CDM. Ricardo Rodriguez up next, and this is one that I would really like to see actually. He's got 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot as a left-back. So it'd be really nice to see him moved into the midfield. He's already got some decent sort of stats to play as a midfielder. You could even convert him down to a CDM if he was to have this position change. And I don't think it would be that expensive either. David Alaba up next. And this is a highly unlikely one as we had this last year pretty much. It's a card that again hasn't really done anything this year. No special items to speak of apart from the UCL card of course. I would like to see it because if you actually use David Alaba as a CDM in-game, he is phenomenal. So to actually have him already in that position, I would welcome that with open arms. Hernanez up next, and this is a throwback, and I'm also trying to include as many sort of non-top 5 leagues as I can. We've already had, you know, Dutch League, Swiss League, there's been the Russian League, of course, and now we're into the Chinese League as well. But this guy skipped FIFA 18 because he moved for money, and now, of course, back in the game, which is awesome. But he used to play for Juve for a while. It was Juventus. He had an Inter card at one point. 83 rated inform cam in FIFA 15. I used this guy an awful lot back in FIFA 13. 84 rated centre mid for Lazio. I would really like to see this. Really would. Coutinho up next. No other reason other than the fact that we need some high rated players to kick this off. I mean, we can't really have Neymar again. Ronaldo and Messi both have too many special cards, so it kind of has to be someone like Coutinho. Obviously plays left wing, could come into the cam position. He's obviously better suited there anyway, so yeah, he's literally just there for a nice high rated player. A blast from the past up next. Of course, he normally is a striker. I am indeed talking about Jackson Martinez. Skipped FIFA 18, skipped FIFA 17, has not really been in it much in FIFA 19. Wasn't in it from the beginning, I don't think. I think he was introduced midway through when we had the upgrades, but he had a really nice card back in FIFA 15 for Porto, moved to Atletico Madrid, had a good card then in FIFA 16, and then moved for money, didn't do very well. He's back and they've butchered him, so it would be really nice to get a decent looking card back again. Giovinco up next. Nothing too much to say about this guy really. I mean, of course he's been doing the rounds. Played for Toronto for a while, then did well there. Of course, now he's moved to the Saudi Pro League. doing well there as well, as you would expect. I mean, he's good enough to play for top European teams, and for whatever reason he's decided not to, but it would be really good to have a left or indeed a right wing version of this card. Boubacar up next, and this is a player that constantly gets good cards as a striker, but I would really like to see a right wing version because of his strength and his height and how good he is in the air. It would be really good to have someone with pace being able to play on the right side and attacking the back post, as that is indeed the meta. So I would not be against this at all. The representative for Real Madrid last year, of course, was Gareth Bale. This year I've gone with Karim Benzema. Why not? Right wing version though could be good actually. I mean, he does have a few special cards already, and throughout every FIFA that I can remember has always gone up to about 88 rated. Even at FIFA 11 he had an 86 rated inform, and then so on and so forth all the way up until FIFA 19, where I think he's even got an 89 rated card this year. But it would still be good to get a nice position change. 3 of my 4 striker options are, I mean, ones that I would love to see. This is the first one, Adama of Watford. I mean, 99 pace on a card, you don't see that often. That would be, I mean, that would be decent. It wouldn't be amazing, but it would be fun. I think a lot of people would love putting that into the team just because of the pace boost. But I would love to see something like this. You know, one of those players that was used early game. People have gone off it now, obviously, because he's not good enough anymore. Bring it back. Let us use him again. This is the only player of the 4 that I'm not really that bothered by, but it would be a decent card. It would be nice to have a central Alexis Sanchez. Of course, he plays left wing in FIFA 19. It's got a nice UCL live card actually, but it would be really cool to see the switch and to have another striker option in the Premier League. Ever since his introduction to FIFA Ultimate Team back in FIFA 15, YouTubers have been using the title The Cheap Messi, and Correa has been that player. But not once has Correa managed to get himself a special item that you could buy in game, apart from his 99 player card, of course. How cool would it be if we got ourselves an affordable 86 rated striker that is semi-comparable to Messi and has very good links? I would pay for that, I really would. And finally, for the strikers, Jonathan Bamba. This is a card that has just come to sort of the forefront to this year, really, with an 83 rated left mid card. He's had a few shouts at getting an 85 and indeed an 86, but EA have snubbed him in favour of Nicolas Pepe, and I don't blame them. But he's been in FIFA since FIFA 16 with a bronze item, then he went into a silver, then into a gold, and now he's of course establishing himself. But it would be really cool if we got ourselves a nice high rated striker version of this card. Up next, I have a list of possibles, but I just don't think are going to be there, either because they've already had them, or it's just too much wishful thinking as far as I'm concerned. The ones you've just seen, there are a lot more there than what I think will be featured. I think there'll only be like a 16-man team with weekly objectives and maybe some SBCs, but those are the ones I think are most likely. These are just possibles, and that is, of course, Kimmich up first. From a right-back to a CDM, I think well, it may have been last year that he had CDM cards, but obviously more than capable of playing there. Would be a really nice card to have, but I don't know, I just got a bad feeling about that one. Nabil Fekir would be a decent one as a left wing. Of course, he plays sort of centre forward, cam centre forward, striker anyway, so it's not really a position change if we keep him central. So moving him out to the left may be the best way to go, but again, would be a decent card. Moving on to Aubameyang, this guy back in, what FIFA was it when he played for San Etienne? I can't remember, maybe FIFA 13. I used this guy an awful lot, and I'm actually going to stake a claim to being the guy who discovered this card. I used him so much, and I was always questioned why, because he was so overpowered. Gareth Bale had a FUT birthday card last year, so I can't imagine they'll give him one yet again. This year, though, a lot of people are saying that it would be a striker card. I think he got a left-back one last year, or somewhere along those lines. I wouldn't actually mind seeing a CDM Gareth Bale, but beggars can't be choosers. Kolarov is an interesting one. This could replace maybe Mbabu or indeed Howardez, and I wouldn't be against that at all, because this would be a fantastic centre-back. I'm pretty sure he's got the height in there as well, but again, if he gets into a position to shoot, he's going to score some goals. Very nice card. This would be good, because it's very diverse. I mean, it's a league that we never get special items from. It's usable more than anything, though. Fantastic dribbling, very good pace and decent shooting on him. Doesn't really have much in the way of physical, but I would really like to see this. Not more, though, than this. Aiden McGeady, central Aiden McGeady. His silver card is actually a lot of fun to use this year, but I'm kind of hoping, we're not going to get a flashback, but I am kind of hoping we get something this year for Aiden McGeady, because he is so fun to use in game. Dwight Gale is a player that was used and abused a few seasons ago. I think he had an 85 rated in form then, actually. Would be nice to get him back in a central position. I think he plays right wing for West Brom. So having a striker version of Dwight Gale would be really good. And finally, Carlos Vela of the MLS. I'm not quite sure if I have chosen an MLS player, so I think this could probably find its way in there somewhere. Either him or, is it Piatti? Something along those lines. But a right-wing version of Vela wouldn't be a bad card at all. Looks very pacey, very good. But then again, maybe a left wing would be better, so we could get maybe a little link to Lozano or go into the same team as Lozano could. Either way, that's going to complete it. A long, long list of potential players for Foot Birthday. But let me know down below if you think I've missed anyone, or maybe there's someone that you've got your eye on. I would love to see some lower leagues represented here, like massive boosts to bronze players and up into like 85 rated gold cards would be really nice, but I think that's just wishful thinking. I don't think we'll get anything like that, but we'll have to wait and see. If you have enjoyed this video, do me a favor and smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you do, and until the next time, goodbye.